I'm like on mile 12, maybe. And I gotta find a place to just get some respite. Everything's going as planned. This is exactly how I planned it. When I planned it. But before we go to the next stage here, I wanted to clarify some things. Clarify. It's like Clearasil, but for the brain. Put a little clarify on that. And we can clarify it. My feet are killing me. But, look, Randy, I was saying, wow, you survived that. And yeah, I know you talked about it before. I said that in the video. What you never talked about before was about all the comments and shit that were made on that story. You know, I barely even got into that. There's like 1,100 comments on that story. And I didn't say that you weren't a shit talker when you grew up, boy. I know all about that. I grew up probably poorer than you, since I grew up in the derelicts of East Spencer, Went Street Apartments, Lafayette Street Apartments. So, yeah, I know about shit talking. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you were getting trolled about you getting your nuts cut off. And people giving you hell for a real life experience you went through. You heard what you wanted to hear. And I don't repeat it over and over again like a fucking, like living buffering. So, spell it out for you. I think you started trolling hard after your recovery from this attempted murder and all those comments that were made about you that were clearly shitty. You know, I don't think you, I mean, I don't know. You haven't discussed with us whether you got your nuts cut off. You did say that every other comment was true, that you lost feeling in your hands, and I mean, part of that was that you got castrated. That's what I was saying. Was that true? I thought it was probably just people trolling you and that you couldn't have children. That was the whole thing. And, you know, here recently you've had a child, so obviously it's pertinent to look into that psychologically, okay? He's had a child now, so that didn't happen. He didn't get his nuts cut off. All right? Am I hard for you to follow, man? Am I hard for you to understand? Because you don't seem to. You think that because I push a stroller around with my tools on it to make money for my family, that that's worth picking on? That's noble. That's going above and beyond, man, and doing whatever I have to do. I don't need your approval. I'm not sure you know how to approve. You kick your own people out of your little group. If you were the lead singer of Pearl Jam, it would be renamed Eddie Vedder Jam. I just think we're on different levels mentally, dude. I don't think you can figure out what it is I'm saying unless I say it real slow and clearly and over and over and over again. That's how you like to hear it. So to finally clarify, I think you started trolling after this incident happened to you and you read all these comments, people picking on you, people making up what they thought happened, and you knew that wasn't the truth, and it got under your skin. You said in your video, I believe, again, I can only listen to like 20 minutes of it sped up, but you said that you didn't bother with Tom Leykis until after this happened. Just because you talk shit when you were a youngster, we all talk shit when we're youngsters, man. I grew up in the hood too. That doesn't make me a troll. That doesn't mean that I'm going to go out of my way to try to make people feel bad about their situation. Your trolling isn't shit talking. Your trolling is going after things you've heard people say on YouTube and trying to find your angle to make them feel bad about it. You've said it plenty of times. There would be videos with you saying it, but you always take them down because for whatever reason, you don't like to keep your videos up. I think it's because you're lonely. You like to hang out with people. That's what I think it is. You need some people to hang out with. And side note, if you were blocked, I'm still going through and trying to unblock people. It's a long process. It's basically checking a video out, seeing common people in the chats, clicking on their name and clicking whether or not, to see whether or not they've been blocked. So, not easy. But if you email me and tell me, I'll unblock you. Fakers No More blocked a bunch of people. The night that Fakers No More decided to take advantage of my trust and show and prove that Fakers No More is in it for Fakers No More. And even though I had not given up any information on Fakers No More up until that point, Fakers No More had no loyalty. And that's fine. I didn't get in this to make friends. One year ago, I was watching Zane walk down empty roads in Southern California and the Mexico border. And that's where everybody was. Everybody's watching those videos. A year later, it's me. Facts. I ain't trying to be a star, Randy. I've been a star already, man. I've already had my star flash. Okay? I made 6 figures when I was in Seattle doing morning radio. Newsflash. Making all that money didn't make me happy. It's not what I was after. I don't mind working a little harder for the money. I don't like being behind on things, all that shit, whatever. But I know that they're not taking my family from me. I ain't trying to sell drugs to anybody, so I'm not getting my ass fucking murdered. I definitely know my children's name. And I have a good relationship with all 4 of them, so facts. That's what I decided to do. I decided to make that more important than money. Could have kept chasing radio all the way around the country, Randy, if I wanted to, man. Could have been the next Tom Leykis if I wanted to, man. So I can't wait for your next video where you repeat yourself 38 times and kick Cadillac Sam out of your little crew because he didn't have enough clout to be in your Slab City crew. I don't know how you figure this and how you work this out in your mental fucking midget brain, but it's Slab City, homie. We follow it not for the reasons that you come in rolling around and flexing. You're flexing hard on a bunch of people who are poor. And we ain't trying to be rich. We don't value money the way you do. I value heartbeats. I value relationships with the people I come in contact with. I don't value... My life isn't measured by how much money I made. In the little over 2 years I was in Seattle, I made a little over $300,000, and I was getting paid $250 an hour to make appearances. And at least 1 appearance a week on average. Sometimes it'd be 3 or 4 appearances in a week, and it's a minimum of 2 hours, by the way. So So it's $500 per appearance. Some weeks I'd have 3 or 4 appearances, some weeks none. But it kind of averaged out to be like, $500 extra a week on top of my $95,000 a year salary. So I was probably the most unhappy I've ever been in my life doing all that, man. And I got to do some great things. This was back when Dale Jr. won the Pepsi 400 in Daytona and came out to Seattle for the All-Star race. I got to interview him, and I'm like, homeboy, yeah, we're both in the same area of North Carolina, like literally. I lived like, 20 minutes from the dude when I was in North Carolina and had ran into him several times in North Carolina. Fucking hanging out with him in Seattle. Wiser 10s. Shit, dude, being on the red carpet in Pearl Harbor for the world premiere of the movie Frances Bean Cobain, and lets me out to interview her on my knees. And while those are great, those are highlights for me, it was nothing compared to being home and watching my children grow. That's what I cared about more, dude. 9/11 was a stark reminder of that to me. And I flipped my script after that happened. Still took another, half a year to get out of there, whatever, but I got out of there and got back here and decided I wouldn't chase radio anymore. That I'm not chasing the clout or chasing the money, homie. I'm chasing the memories. Chasing the memories. That's what I care about. That's the life I'm trying to live, Randy. And so I know you like to have things repeated to you. I'll say this once more so you can remember. I pontificated that you probably started trolling after you were reading the messages associated with the news stories that were published about your attack, when people were saying shit like you got castrated. Now, there was a time when I believed that. I never talked about it because I was like, that's too fucking personal. But after I saw you had a child, I thought, oh, you know what? Maybe he was not castrated. Because, they almost killed you. They tried to kill you. So why not cut your nuts off? But then I saw you had a child. And though you've never named your child or spend much time with her that's important to you, i.e., getting undressed and wearing a mask and sitting down for a 3-hour-long fucking stream that is really 20 minutes flipped over and over and over like a pancake. You can't figure out if it's cooked or not. Instead of pressing down in the middle to see if it's cooked, you're just like, I'll just keep flipping it. I'll just keep saying it over and over and over and over and over until I am pretty fucking sure that I'm right. No, Randy, no, Randy, no. I didn't say you weren't a shit talker before this happened. I said you weren't a fucking troll until you got trolled hard yourself. This is just, again, I wonder why it triggered you so much. Like, Big Nick triggered part 2. I must have hit on something for you to make a 3-hour-long stream in response. People picked on you, said you got your fucking nuts chopped off, when in reality you survived a horrific event. And yes, Cadillac Sam, if I was there, if I'd seen some shit, I would have fucking dove in there. I've been tested. So here's a quick story. Greensboro, 2012, I was on a bus. There's like 8 people on the bus. Me and another man up front, maybe a 350-pound black gentleman, and the rest were women. And not even 5 minutes into the fucking ride, that black gentleman keeled over and fell out, and everybody's freaking out and like running from him. Well, I ran to him, and I did CPR on him, and I don't even know CPR, dude. I did the shit, like, I was like, what did they do on Baywatch? I'll do that. And I was just slamming away at the dude's chest. I did not give mouth to mouth, but I was hammering away at my man's chest. You know, the ambulance, fire truck and them arrived. They took over, they cut his shirt and electrocuted the motherfucker. He ended up dying of a heart attack on the bus. I didn't think twice, homie. I ran straight to it. I got a video on my videos of a dude beating up on his mother. I didn't know it was his mother at first. I thought he was just beating up on a woman. I ran over there to it, man. That's what I do. I run to those things. Because life isn't forever, but legacy is. And it's important to me that my children know that I'm that kind of dude. You can believe it or not, I don't give a fuck. But I would have saved your ass if I'd have seen that shit happening. And I don't even like you. And even knowing I don't like you, I'd have saved your ass from that shit. So, no, man, none of that was picking on you and none of that bullshit. And you can fucking buy into that all you want, bro. Buy into it all you want. You made bad investments on YouTube anyway, so buy into it all you want. Kick another motherfucker out of the 33rd. My whole point was, again, Randy, people were talking shit that you had your nuts chopped off. And I thought that hurt your feelings. And it was the beginning, the creation of a monster as you were recovering from your surgeries to save your life. Getting the feeling back in your hands. You were like, I'm going to hurt people the way I was hurt. I can't help to think that I might be right because you made a 3-hour-long stream about me. On top of the other 2-hour one and the other 4-hour one and the other 2-hour one and the other 1-hour one and the other hour and the other hour and the other hour and the other hour and the other hour. You just can't get me off of your mind. Yeah.